we said the Bears won the offseason. Other teams are vying for that title. Take it from the Bears to win the offseason. And we can't, just look at the Bears with the blinders on. We have to take a look, especially around the division. One team that stood out to me so far has been the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings have made some nice moves, bringing back a couple of their guys, but also bringing a couple of their new defensive linemen. Scott, what have you seen from the Vikings as we look around the NFC North?
It's been an intriguing offseason for them. On Tuesday, they signed Jonathan Allen, which is a big move. That's a guy who can be a game wrecker. They signed Ryan Kelly, who was my plan B if the Bears didn't get Drew Dahlman. Yep. But they also made a quarterback move, and that's going to be the one that attracts the eyeballs. They let Sam Darnold go to Seattle, and which means to me that they're going to run with J.J. McCarthy, the Michigan quarterback who Big Ten college football fans, there's tons of them out here, know well. He's a guy that suffered a knee injury that knocked him out for the entire season. When you have a rookie quarterback, though, that's a variable. So are they going to be as competitive as they were last year? Can Kevin O'Connell wave his magic wand and get this guy going quickly? That's an element, right? So I'm curious to see how these moves that Minnesota made will work out. I almost said that I like them. I don't know yet. But especially when you ship a quarterback who was very good until the last 2 games of the season, and you let him walk, which is a bold move.
It's a big decision for them, for sure.
But I think they're the team in the division that we don't really know where it's going to go, right? I have confidence that Dan Campbell is going to keep the Lions running, even without his coordinators, Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn. The Packers are the Packers, right? There's a lot of continuity there. But the Vikings are the one that I'm not quite sure about. They definitely had an interesting day.
Carmen, as you look around the league, what other kind of signings have stood out to you?
Yeah, I mean, I really love what the Vikings have done because I really think that the Daniel Jones signing with Indianapolis really kind of was the biggest surprise for them. I think that they had counted on getting Daniel Jones to be that high-end backup for J.J. McCarthy, and so that does make it a little bit more risky. But how do you insulate that risk? You again build through the trenches, and not only did they sign Ryan Kelly, but they signed your guy Will Fries, Scott. So contract. They got 2 interior offensive linemen, which they needed. Because you got those tackles with Christian Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill on either side that are phenomenal when healthy. So they have the offensive line solidified, their defensive line going and getting John Allen in a Brian Flores system. Man, this is going to be a scary team again, and that's how you insulate against having some question marks at the quarterback position. And I do think they believe in J.J. McCarthy. I think they believed in J.J. McCarthy this entire time. I think it was always the plan to let Sam Darnold go. The risk now comes with the fact that you don't have a veteran high-end backup. And maybe this is a place that like Joe Flacco ends up going. I don't know. Someone that, is at least a veteran that can hold these guys over, not quite to the level that Sam Darnold was, and how that was all supposed to materialize this year, which it didn't happen because of J.J. McCarthy's injury. But I think that this division got better all around. I mean, if you look at the signings that the Packers went out and spent big on an offensive lineman, that's very un-Packers-like, but it was also needed. And insurance is expensive, guys. You just invested in Jordan Love. Insurance, comes with that. So you go and get a big-time offensive lineman. They got another corner as well, and kind of paid in free agency to get some of those guys, which again seems un-Packers-like, but it makes a lot of sense and it fortifies their team in a lot of good ways. Same with the Lions. I love the BJ Hill signing in that secondary, and they know where they need to get better, and they're doing it, and they should get Aiden Hutchinson back. So this is going to be, once again, the best division in football, if I had to guess, in 2025. But the Bears have kept pace, and that's the big that's the big thing here, where I really do think that the Bears have gotten, at least on paper, to a level that I'm comfortable with them actually trying to compete in the NFC North.